to the whole point of this video, my hair transplant. So my hair transplant was $2,900. I got it at Hiva Clinic. I will link everything below. I even have a link that they gave me that will get you a discount off of yours. And I have another link with another site. They show you a bunch of different hair clinics everywhere. So if you're looking for ones that are in the US, the UK, Brazil, I mean, anywhere all over the world, this is a good site that will take you to a whole bunch of them that you can go through also. So both of those links I'm going to put in the bio. And then the products that I use my own line now, so I'm going to link that in the bottom as well. And I've been using this since the very beginning of my hair transplant also to help with regrowing my hair. So I have to hold the camera. Sorry if it's shaky because I'm in my car, but mine was $2,900 at Hiva Clinic, and it covered the whole trip to and from the airport, not the plane flight. My plane flight was like 380 euros because I was flying from Italy to Turkey because I lived in Italy. So for the $2,900, it covered the price to and from the airport, the whole procedure and everything, and then the stay at the hotel as well, and then their little aftercare kit that they gave me as well. So when you get there, they pick you up from the airport, and there's 3 days that I stayed there. I know they changed their packages a little bit, but you still are getting a really good deal with the discount that I have linked in my bio. But I know some things might be a little bit different from what my package was versus like what they offer now. The package I got from them was their silver package. They have a platinum, I think it's called, a silver, and a gold package. The silver package, I got 3 nights at a nice hotel. I forget the name of the hotel. They picked it, but it was very beautiful. 3-day visit there. And then I got like an aftercare kit as well. When I booked the procedure, I did not pick my surgeon, so I don't know the surgeon's name. For those who keep asking me like the surgeon's name, I don't know, but I have this video of him. This is what he looks like right here. So they picked the surgeon for me. The first day I got there, they did like the little consultation. So they like drew a line around my head to see like how far I guess they want to put the hair transplant. And then they layered out like the back of my hair to see where they were going to shave the back to extract the hairs to put in the front. And for those who keep saying my forehead's too small now, it's literally 4 fingers length. So I don't think it's too small. The first day of the clinic, they do that, the consultation, and then I was just sightseeing around. The rest of the day I just went and took pictures with like landscapes and stuff like that. The second day you go in is when they do the procedure. So my surgeon ended up cutting the back part of my hair. The reason why there's still some of my hair left at the bottom is because I wanted to have the bottom part still there, so when I would slick my hair up, I could cover that bald spot with the back of my hair, the bottom part. And my hair was very long at the time. Right now I did a big chop in September. My hair was like down to my waist almost at the time, so I really didn't want to have that whole bald spot in the back. There was a car that just like parked in front of me, but that is why there's baldness in the back and there was baldness in the front as well, because they shaved both of those areas. They shaved down the back plus like your hairline because they want it to blend in when it grows, and then they shave the back because that's where they extract the hair from. So during the procedure, it was an 8-hour procedure. I was awake during all of it. They give you anesthesia. They shoot like these little shots in your head and it numbs that whole area, so you cannot feel anything at all. You can be put to sleep, but it is like a couple extra $100 if you want to be put to sleep. But I didn't. I was awake for the whole thing and it did not hurt at all. Sorry, the sun's going down also. But for the procedure, they did the back first because they had to shave it and extract the hairs to put in the front, and then that's when they started to work on the front. The clinic that I went to, I know they have a bunch of different surgeons. I did talk to some of the people that were there, some of the girls and some of the guys that were there that got theirs done. A lot of them were there and they got theirs done for like alopecia or hair loss or like male pattern balding and stuff like that. I left with like pretty much still like a full head of hair, but that doesn't happen for everybody. So for the people that were saying like, oh, usually you guys see the person's like completely bald, that is true, but I had such a thick amount of hair already. They only needed to take part of my hair to cover the area that they wanted to cover. But if you have very, very thin hair already, they need to take a larger area to take the grafts out, so you could end up having to have all of your hair cut off. That's why one girl had all of her hair cut off. She was only wanting to have some of it cut off, but they told her that they needed a bigger area for the grafts because they take the grafts individually and not just like one section. So that way when it grows back, you don't have like a gaping bald spot there. Like it'll all grow back full. So sadly, her hair was very, very thin. So they ended up having to take more hair from like other parts of her head. So she ended up just having to go completely bald. So that's why I still had a lot of my hair, and that's why some people end up having to shave like their whole head. So y'all, for the growth process, it starts off pretty slow for the front. The back, I was able to use the oils on my hair immediately. I did use the one that I got from their kit first, but it was like this big and it was like $135. So once I ran out of that, I ended up just using my own oils because they told me to use oils like rosemary, nourishing oils and stuff like that to massage in my head and increase the density and help with my scalp as well, because your scalp, you know, went through so much trauma. So I was able to start oiling the back of my hair pretty much immediately as soon as I like took the bandages off and everything. The front I couldn't do until I got to my shock phase. So the growth for the front, you have your scalp that has the grafts in it. So you can only wash it very gently, like basically patting it. You can't wash it in the shower. What I would do, I would wash it in the sink and I would use a cup filled with water and I would wash it like that because you have to wash it every day. And then I also did not start wearing the scarves on the front of my hair until the scabs started to form over. So once the grafts start to heal, the scabs will come, because it's basically like a giant wound. So the scabs will come, and that's where you guys see like videos like this of me with like the scabs everywhere and I have a scarf on. I would wear a wig in the back to cover like the bald spot in the back, and then I would wear a scarf along the front, kind of like a headband wig type of thing like this. So I did wear the scarves. You do need to wear like a very, very thin fabric. You don't want it to be crazy thick, because even though it is scabbed over, you still don't want to risk ripping out any of the grafts. Okay, so once it starts to scab over, the scabs will fall out and you will see hair that is going to start to grow, but that hair is going to fall out again because that's the shock phase. So once I started entering that phase where the scabs were off and the hair started to like fall out again from like the little growth that it had, that's when I started using like aloe vera gel to help with the dryness. I use the CeraVe cream, and I use oils to help with like the dryness and help getting like the hair to grow in well, because when you get a hair transplant, it's just moving the hair. It doesn't automatically guarantee that the hair is going to start growing in really well. So you really, really need to take care of it for really like the next like year. So that's when I started using the oils on the front, and I was already using them on the back. So once it starts to grow in, it did take a little bit because, you know, the shock phase, it could take a bit for the hair to grow. But once it did, honestly, my hair started to like grow really quickly, and I did document it all over my TikTok as well. And I always update my surgeons as well. So now with the next question, the braids. Everybody has something to say about the braids, especially in this viral video that I have all over YouTube right now. With the braids, I understand a lot of you guys wouldn't do it. I understand, and I know what traction alopecia is. I know that the hair transplant hairs are fragile. I understand all of that. My surgeons understand that too. After 6 months, you are allowed to wear braids. You're even allowed to like dye your hair, get locks, all that stuff. My surgeons know of my braids. I sent them that exact video and everything that I showed you guys, like in the video that everybody is like commenting on. And they said they were fine. And I even asked them in the message, I'll try and post the messages here also. I even asked them in the messages, and I told them I got these braids done. They're very loose because my cousin does my braids, or I'll do them myself. So I know, you know, how tight they are. And she knows of my procedure as well. So she always makes sure they're loose. And if they feel too tight, she tells me, like, does this feel too tight? Do you need me to make it looser? Blah, blah, blah. So I know they're loose. And they reiterated to me, yes, they look good. After 6 months, you can go back to it. So, you know, like, you're fine. Like, you're good. So with that being said, the braids are fine, guys. I don't do them very tight at all. And I don't do them often. Same with like my edges, like my baby hair. I have them kind of like laid right now. they're laid sloppily, but they're kind of like laid right now. I don't do this all the time either. Like, my edges are not always laid. They're not always pulled back. Like, right now I have them in 2 little buns. It's loose. They're not tight buns. The braids I don't do all the time. And when I do them, I don't even leave them in long because the front is so loose, it'll start to get like fuzzy pretty quickly. So I get it. I know what traction alopecia is and all that stuff. I am fine. I promise y'all, the braids are not tight. I promise you I'm allowed to do them. And I promise you I don't have traction alopecia. I don't have any alopecia of any kind. I don't have hair loss. The braids did not give me hair loss. The braids did not give me alopecia. The braids have never done anything to my hair ever. So I understand everybody's concerned with the braids, but I promise y'all I'm allowed to do them and they're fine. So I think I covered mainly all the questions that you guys had. If not, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Again, I'm sure I'm going to be getting bombarded with a bunch of mean people, or people are just not going to watch this again and they're just going to be like, oh, you ain't got braids again, even though like braids took your hair out. And I'm going to be reiterating the same thing every time. No, the braids never took my hair out. Or somebody's going to find something else to complain about, I'm sure. But that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the love that some of you guys have given me. Yeah, if you have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section. Just please try to be respectful. I am the type of person, I will argue back with you, and then eventually I'll just get tired of it and I'll just block you. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.